Yo, what's going on, yo? Welcome back. How appropriate that we are now having Coach Tommy Moffitt on. And the intro now involves the yeah, because who did I get that from? Who did I steal that from? Just like Scott Cochran, you punk. I stole it from my favorite coach I've ever had in my entire life, and that is the man we're talking to right now, LSU Strength Conditioning Coach, the best in the land, Coach Tommy Moffitt. Coach Moffitt, what's going on, man?
Good morning, T-Bob. I'm doing great. Glad to be at work. Finally thawed out and excited about the new off the bench. Good morning, Jacob.
What's up, Coach? Hey, I remember you yelling other stuff than yeah, T-Bob. A little bit different verbiage.
Hey, I mean, look, Coach can probably tell you. Me and Jake, we were like essentially the same at like running 110s and like general athletics, right? Like same success level there.
T-Bob, I think you were probably better.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
Yep, exactly. Because it's all about the context.
I never missed a 110. This guy never met a 110 that he liked.
But I got a short leg. You know, I had to overcome a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but you know what? You had one short leg. Jacob had two short legs. So you had a much better stride length. You had a much better stride length. So what you lacked in speed, you made up for stride length. So you covered more distance than Jacob.
John Curtis coming out to Coach Moffitt this morning.
All jokes aside, I come in peace this morning.
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
It sounds like it,
exactly.
Coach. It sounds like it.
So, Coach, this is firmly Coach Moffitt's season right now at this point in the year. Okay, the boys come back. You develop plans for everyone. Kind of, what are your individual goals? And then, has fourth quarter started, or is fourth quarter right around the corner?
Well, so fourth quarter was going to start this week, but, we had to delay it a week, so it starts next week. We went through it with the football staff yesterday, and we're going to go through it with the football staff again today. And then next week, because of all the stuff that's going on, the strength staff is going to run it as part of our workouts. And I think we did that. We started doing that, I think, probably when y'all were here. We do a week with the strength staff, and then we have 2 weeks with the coaching staff. So we'll get a total of 3 weeks of it in, and we're excited about it. And I think the players are excited about it too, because it's been set up on the indoor. It's been set up outside now for almost a week now. I mean, not outside.
Just kind of taunting them. Just like, look at what's awaiting you.
Yeah, so it's been set up. So yesterday I saw the guys walking around and looking at all the different cones and bags and sleds, and, they were eyeing it, to make sure that they were ready for it. So we've been playing a video in the weight room of it. Same old, we're excited about it. The players are excited about it because that signifies that, spring ball is near. And so I think there's a lot, and because we have a mature football team, I think there's a lot of anxiousness about getting started and playing some football.
Coach, does it feel like things are getting back to normal, right? We asked Coach O that on Tuesday because we know last offseason, Coach, I know that killed you because you do such a great job getting the guys ready. You've known the schedule that you've always had as a strength coach, and it wasn't the same. Does this feel a lot better now? Yeah,
it's a lot better. It's a lot better. And the good thing about it is we're able to get back to normal, but our testing, because we're still testing everybody in the entire department every week, and the testing is coming up, negative, so it's good that we're able to get back to normal. There are still precautions, wearing a mask, and, so before, if a guy called in and said, Coach, I don't feel good this morning, we would say, I'll tell you what, how about coming in, getting on the bike, ride the bike for a little while. If you feel better, let's try to get a little workout in. But if you don't, going back home. But now if a guy calls in, he says, Coach, I don't feel good. Then we said, look, go to the training room, get checked out, and come back and see us when you're ready. So other than that, which is, I think, the right thing to do, it does feel like normal. And, last year it was like taking college football and especially strength and conditioning, because it was our time to prepare a team, and just turning it upside down and pouring it out on the floor and stomping on it and kicking and running through it. And it was crazy. It was crazy. But, yeah, things are back to normal. The players are back to normal. The attitude and the effort has been phenomenal, and testing that we do. We're really putting up some really good numbers right now. Okay. Peak power and all this other stuff that we didn't have when y'all were here. But the technology shows we're actually putting up some of the best numbers that we have that we've ever had at peak power and some of the velocities and stuff that we're doing. So it's really, really, really exciting to see the improvement that the guys are making when you can consistently get in the gym and go outside and do the stuff, and with football school, it's just a great time to be at work, man.
Yeah, and it feels like, and I know we talked last time, we talked on air, Coach, just about how I think the juice is back, like right, the vibe, the hunger. After you go through a year last year, how couldn't it be back? And there's been some change as well. And fourth quarter is interesting because it's one of the few times in the offseason where you get to really hang out with some of your position coaches and you go through drills with them. So you start to get to know them. We just talked to Durante Jones. I'm blown away by that cat. How have the new coaches been settling in?
Yeah, so it was really great. We had a long staff meeting yesterday, and we went over every station. We went over commands, where you're supposed to stand. I mean, because you're going to have 100 guys out there, and it goes fast. It's fast and furious. And the attention to detail and the enthusiasm for what we planned has been phenomenal. And I've been on staffs before where you would sit and talk about all this stuff, and then when you walked out, it was like on to the next thing. People just weren't that dialed in about the off-season program because it's a strength coaches thing, But after yesterday's meeting, you would not believe the number of coaches, and Coach Jones was one of them that came to me and said, okay, in the meeting you said this. Can you show me where on this piece of paper my guys are supposed to stand? And he actually brought – at first, we were not supposed to meet outside on the field with the staff until tomorrow at 3. But he immediately said, Coach, what time today can I bring the defensive staff down to walk through these stations and you show us everything? And I have to be honest with you, it's been a long time since somebody – because, those guys are here to do football. They're not here to do the off-season program. That's my responsibility. Yeah. But those guys were so dialed in, it was unbelievable. So then, before you know it, the entire football coaching staff and everyone that's involved with it, we're down here with our staff going through each and every one of those stations. And that started with the emphasis that Coach O put on exactness of the drill and how this is supposed to be performed, and it trickled down through our new coordinators. And so I looked, and then there's Coach Peets is out there going through the drills, and performing the bag drill. Yeah, he was actually doing the bag drills, like sticking his foot in the ground. Yeah. I mean, it was awesome, guys. It's been awesome to see the new staff and how dialed in they are and how excited they are to be at a place like this, and how focused they are on the little things, like, for instance, where they stand and what their commands are, and things that a lot of really good football coaches take for granted during the offseason.
Well, whoever runs the bags has to live up to a legend in Sam Nader. So good luck, Coach Nader.
Yeah, so Coach Nader was all right. I have to be honest. I accidentally left him off the list, and so he actually came to me, and we had to be separated. There was like 10 or 12 guys holding him back. There were like 10 or 12 guys holding him back, and he was threatening to kick my butt upstairs. And I told us, Coach, it was a mistake, and it got bad. It got ugly.
All right, Coach. This is such an important time if you're trying to make changes to your body, and I know you probably do remember this, but after 2005, that season, I was going from a fullback to a tailback, and I remember you saying, hey, we're going to change some things. Like, things are going to have to change. Here's what we're going to do. This is our plan. And I'm talking about from eating the right things to working out the right way. We went through a full off season to try to get me ready to play tailback. Is it a little bit easier now to do those type of things with all the things over at the facility, having the dining hall there and just having all kind of the new toys that you have? So if you want to set those goals, make those changes, you're all in one place?
Yeah. So, we are constantly working, and just like you, there's always a number of players during this period that are either changing positions or freshmen that are finally just, it's like, look, I've got to gain weight. I've got to get to 225 if I'm going to play this position, or I've got to get my weight down to 300 if I'm going to play this position. So, yes, and we went over it again yesterday. And, so one of the things that Coach O emphasized yesterday was making sure that we're doing everything we can possibly do to make those changes in every player. And he kept saying over and over again, what are we doing different with so-and-so? What are we doing different with so-and-so? So that we're not going to just do the same thing over and over and over again and expect different results. And so working with Mickey and all of the things that all of the tools, like you just said, all of the tools that we have available from the training room. And so Mickey Collins and I were talking about one individual, and she went back and looked at, the sleep studies and the amount of calories that people burn at night, and it's amazing the amount of data and the amount of information that we have at our disposal now to help guys. And, and it begins with how well we sleep. And then from there it goes to what I do first thing in the morning to prepare for the workday. Did I get up and eat? And all of the things that eating properly do for your metabolism, whether you're trying to gain weight or lose weight. And then what are we doing at lunch? And what are we doing in the workout? And, if a guy has got to lose weight, then you have to look at all the extra that they have to do to burn the calories that is required to drop that weight, and then to look at the things that they may be eating that they shouldn't. And then the same thing goes to the guys that are trying to gain weight, and where can we cut out some expenditures so that at the end of the day you're not at a deficit, and at night you can repair to, because a lot of the guys that struggle to put on weight are struggling to put on weight because of how much extra that they're doing and how little they're eating, because it's all about what goes in and what comes out and how you balance that in order to put somebody in the position that they have to be in to either gain or lose. And again, the tools that we have at our disposal are basically unlimited in this day and time.
I remember.
So it's a lot of effort.
Yeah, I remember doing some step ups during that all season, and Coach Moffitt, you're not going to run past them. You better be able to run through them.
Yeah, well, you're just lucky Coach didn't make you run skill times. You got to stay mid-skill, which is ridiculous. He had 17 seconds, and I had 18 seconds to finish 110. But I know you got a coach, so thank you so much for coming on this morning with us. You're the man. Keep up the great work. Keep them boys grinding.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it, and good luck to you too, okay?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. You take it easy. I mean, how crazy is that, boys? I'm talking to you two back there now, Musso and Danny. Why should a fullback, Jacob Hester, who rushed for over 1,000 yards, a position that actually has to run, why should he have 17 seconds to finish a 110? And
was
me,
16.
It's 17. It was 15, 17, 18. Trust me, I have a lot of rage, and I know. While me, a fat, waddling, short-legged guy, had 18 seconds to finish a 110. That makes no sense. Why should Saron Black have only 1 second more than you?
If I run a 4.5 or a 5.5, that's a big difference. A second is a big difference when you're running.
But not expanded over 110 yards. No.
A second is a long time, right, Moo?
Ridiculous.
Yep. I think I have to side with Hester on this one.
No.
I think I do.
Think about LSU. You grew up loving Jake. You're going to side with Hester in almost any argument that we would get into.
not always true, but I mean,
yeah, exactly.
hey, that 1 second made a big difference crossing the goal line against Florida. Did it not?
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, look.
Yeah, that 1 second.
He's 1 second slow.
That
1 second
ref could
slow
have made
there.
15 seconds.
That was losing
I'll say that. That ref could have made 15 seconds.
Did you score an 87-yard touchdown in Tiger Stadium?
No, but I did have a 13-yard kick return in Jordan Hare. Not to brag.
13 yards? That's it?
Yeah, 13 yards. That's it. That's an average of 13 yards per return. That's incredible. That's double digits. Show some respect. When we get back here off the bench, damn it, Danny. Don't laugh at me. We get back on off the bench. We got more coming up next, and then coming up at 8:30, talk to our guy, Hunt Palmer, who's been a lot with me and Jake, so I'm excited for that. Keep it locked right here on OTB.